All right, guys, take one. Actually, take like six, but my name is Deek, Derek. My family, my friends call me Deek. Right now, we're going to call this channel Life with Deek. So, welcome. This is take one. Welcome to the vlog. I wanted to do this for a while now. Lately in my life, been just kind of popping up and feeling good about it, mentally, psychologically. So, I want to tell you guys a little about myself and where I want to go with this channel. My interests, some about myself. So basically I'm 29 years old. I'm a psych student. My goal is to eventually get my master's and get my doctorate. I'd like to be a psychologist. I will be a psychologist one day, and I love that stuff. Psychology helps me better understand myself, the world around me. It helps me be more productive, happy, feel good, understand people around me. Again, understand myself and my thinking. Overall, I want this channel, I guess, to focus on physical health, mental health, a little bit of everything, kind of go with the flow. You know, I have some topics, what I want to talk about today and in general. But yeah, I love fitness. I've been in fitness, the gym, since I was about 12, 13, 14 years old, somewhere in there, you know, started in junior high. My dad introduced me and then school, and I loved it. It's always been my safe haven. You know, when life is stressful sometimes, that is my place to go. That's my meditation. And it's, for me, it's about finding what works for you. And that's the number one thing I want to share in this channel is when I watch other things, documentaries, vlogs, blog, whatever, it's about taking what you like and what works for you and in a nice way, leaving what doesn't work for you. So if there are some things I say that you like and it works for you, try them out. And if they don't, that's all good. And if they don't work and you don't like them, you honor that. And that's okay because we're all different. My body is different from yours and theirs, and my mind is different from yours, and we're all different. There are some similarities, but we're all different. So it's, yeah, so I like knowing that. It gives you freedom, right? Not I have to be just like this person. I have to take all of this workout plan from this guy. It's like, oh, I like this set of what he's doing there. I like that he does this biceps. I don't like his shoulders there. I don't like this. I like this exercise. And I love that. You know, it gives you freedom. Also, something else I wanted to talk about is... So I've had chronic fatigue for about 6 years, pretty bad. Naturopaths, doctors, everything you can think of, I've looked at, changed my diet multiple times, toned my exercise down, cut out relationships that stressed me out, so many things, right? I thought maybe I was living with mold. I live on Vancouver Island, so that's a fairly common thing here. So yeah, chronic fatigue has been a big thing, so I'm always looking at alternatives. I like to read a lot. I really love to read, educate myself, learn things I don't know, right? Documentaries, I love documentaries. And about 6 months ago, I had watched What the Health with a friend, and there are parts I agree with and parts I disagree with, things I like, things I don't like. And then recently, I watched Game Changers, and I've eaten more meat than anybody I've ever met. Like maybe professional bodybuilders eat more than me. But I eat a lot, and I love meat, and I always have. And I've always, again, but everybody's body is different. So whilst one diet can work for somebody, it may not work for another person. And so I've tried to cut down meat in the past, but it's like indoctrinated into me. It's what men eat. It's what I eat, and maybe it is what I should eat. I'm not sure. I'm looking. I'm looking for answers. Anyways, so recently I did a weekend vegan. I was not tracking how I was feeling. I felt decent. I'm not sure long term. So recently I'm started to do 2 days a week vegan. And I'm giving it a shot. You know, if you knew me, you would laugh. And not in a malicious way towards vegans, but you would laugh knowing me and how much I eat and how much meat I eat. Because I've always tried to, you know, what Arnold recommended way back in the day, eat my weight in protein per day, and I do it primarily through meat, some protein powder, but for the most part, that's it. Meat and vegetables, low carb, ketogenic, and then I watch Game Changers, and you know, I've been doing my research, checking online, but I like that documentary. You know, I do. There's some good stuff in it, and I'm not saying I agree with everything in it, and I'm not, you know, but it has made me think, and at the end of the day, my chronic fatigue has been so bad for 6 years now that I'm like desperate and I'm willing to do whatever. And so even though I love meat, I love chicken wings, I love meat on pizza, pepperoni, burgers, whatever, right? I'm willing to, and also I know there are healthy alternatives and food that tastes freaking delicious. You just have to be able to put in the work and be creative and explorative. And yeah, so basically, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm finishing when I go to Costco, I get a crap load of meat, and I'm going to finish what I got in the freezer. And once I'm done, I'm going to give it a month, honestly, see how I feel. I have a food log right now. I'm keeping track of everything, every day, every meal, how I feel after every meal. I use the scale 1 to 10 energy-wise. Okay, I'm feeling a 2 after that meal, fatigue me, whatever. I'm feeling a 10, full of energy. I'm also eating a lot of carbs right now. Normally I would eat maybe 80 grams a day, ballpark. I carb cycle. Every second, third day I would have low carbs. Sometimes the third day no carbs. On a no training day, no carbs. And by that I mean like obviously some, but like no complex carbohydrates, like not rice, sweet potato, nothing big, major, just like little bits, whether it was in fruit or whatever. And honestly, in this documentary, and there are a couple people in there. They eat so many carbs, but good carbs, not breads, not man-made things like sweet potato, rice, quinoa. Those are my 3 main sources, and then obviously in your vegetables is too. But I'm talking about heavier carbs, and I've probably been eating. I don't weigh my food. I teach their own, right? But to me, I know I've become hyper obsessive, and I love the gym. But I'm like, at the same time, it's like, how much do I need to, I don't want to do that. You know, I know roughly how many calories I eat a day, ballpark. There are times where I do it a little bit more. And then I just go with the flow. I listen to my body. I like to eat a lot. I like to be big. I love fitness. I work out 6 days a week, do cardio as well, you know, so I do eat a lot. Basically, I've upped my carbs probably 5 times more than what I've ever eaten before. So far, no weight gain. Again, there's a guy in this documentary, I'm going blank right now, his name, and he's also on steroids. I know that. Like, it's very easy, at least for me, to tell when people are on steroids, and they call him natural. I don't know what they mean by natural. Like, obviously, he's not eating meat, so if that defines natural, but he's on steroids, and that's part of the reason I wanted to make this channel too, is because I get told all the time that I'm on steroids. I had a doctor tell me I'm on steroids. I've had people in my life tell me, teachers, my whole life, that I'm on steroids. I have never done a steroid in my life, and I love Noel on TikTok, Instagram. I've just found out about him a couple weeks ago. I love him. He's hilarious. He uses humor to connect, and he's honest about his steroid use. He says, I'm not natty, but I also don't push it on kids. I don't tell them because it's not health, you know, it's not good for everybody. And to me, if somebody uses them to each their own, I've done my research. I disagree with steroids at any level, even if smaller. I don't want that, because to me, it's like, in 20 years, how's that guy going to look? Because I know people that do heavy steroid use, and already they're in their late 20s, early 30s, and it's hurting them. I'm 29 years old, never done a steroid in my life. I got good genetics, but I work my butt off, and I eat great. And it's like, and I'm not doing this just to brag. Like, I'm doing this to show this is a part of the channel. Like me, I love fitness. I love being big. I love exercise. Like if you know C.T. Fletcher, I want a pair of 22s on him. And that's playfully always my goal, is to get a pair of all-natural 22s. Will I get there? Realistically, probably not. But it's fun. It's fun. I like exercise. I like that. I like being positive in my mind, and those things feel good for me. When I'm out in the gym and I'm saying, I want a pair of 22s, baby. Let's go for those 22s. And you don't need steroids to do it. And if you're watching this and you do steroids, I mean, right away you're probably thinking that I'm lying. Or if you are, you're probably being like, man, I look way better than him. And maybe you do. And I don't care. Maybe this isn't the channel for you. But to me, I want to encourage people, to the young people especially, and to anybody, you don't need to do steroids. And you can look great without them. Eric Buhagen on YouTube and social media, he doesn't do steroids, and I believe him. And you don't need to. And he talks about it in the video, and I love that. And while everybody may agree with everything he does, and I'm not even necessarily I do, because me, I don't lift crazy heavy anymore because I want to avoid injuries. I love his honesty. I love when people are honest, open, and real, and they connect, right? And they don't hide themselves. And they don't just adapt themselves for social media or for money or for YouTube or whatever. And that's what I want to do here. Like, I want to be honest. I don't know where this channel is going to go. Maybe it'll never go anywhere. But I've thought about this for a while, and you never know until you try. So, yeah, I think I've done a good little bit of telling you guys about myself, kind of where I'm at. Yeah, when I talk about my chronic fatigue, like, it has been so bad. like days where I cannot get out of bed. Again, I'm in school for psych, so literally last year was like, that was my number one priority. It was like, there were days I couldn't do anything else, but I had to force myself to get up, study 8 hours, do everything, read textbooks, take tests. And it was purely mental discipline because I was wiped. And so my fatigue, I would take a month off the gym a couple times I've done this, and no increase in physical energy or mental energy, nothing. So again, carbohydrates being low, I honestly believe that's one thing. I exercise a lot, and I believe I probably was not getting enough. So even if I don't ever go vegan or go plant-based or whatever, I think I will always keep my carbs up high. And in that documentary, he talks about that. If you're watching this and you know stuff about bodybuilding, again, a month out, 2 weeks out, whatever, no carbs, nothing in the brain fog. And I've worked at gyms, gone in gyms, and been friends with guys that do it. And again, to each their own. I honor that. But I've seen the brain needs glucose, and without it, you are not functioning at a high capacity, mentally, physically, and then the guy in the documentary, he's full of energy. They're like, "How do you look like that eating carbs the day of a competition?" And again, he's on juice, but still, they're all on juice too, and he looks better than they do, and he feels 1,000 times better, and he's eating probably hundreds of grams of carbs a day. And I would always put it into I forget what that's called, but the calculator to see how much fat, protein, and carbs I should be eating a day. And he would say about 250 grams a day for my amount of exercise. And I would always see that and go, wow, like I do, 8, 16, 24. So a third of that a day, sometimes less, sometimes more, but honestly less sometimes. And there you go. I honestly believe that's a part of my fatigue. So I'm going to give this a shot. And so I'm going to do 30 days, and I'm going to vlog every single day how I feel. Go from there. I'm excited. Honestly, there's a part of me that right now wishes I was out of my meat, because I'm going to finish it. I'm like, where I'm at in my life, I'm poor. Like, I'm a student, and I know I won't be poor forever. But right now, by definition, I am. So I'm going to eat all the food I have, eat all the meat. And then once I'm done, I'm doing it. Like, I'm doing my research. I ordered, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit. Like, I'm going with it. Like, I'm doing my research, but I'm also like placebo. Like, I'm going with it. I'm giving this a shot. We'll see where it goes. And maybe it doesn't work out. I'm open to it not working out. Of course, like anybody, I hope it does. I hope it is good for me. I hope it is successful. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. But I have a good feeling, and I'm desperate in a sense. My physical health for years has been so bad. Days I can't do anything, and I'm like, it's not fun. And it's not, obviously with everything, it's partly psychological, but it's like I'm just so physically exhausted all the time that it's rough. And even during the summer too, right? I still go out, do things mentally, but I come home and I'm dead. And even days where I don't exercise or whatever, and again, if you think I'm overtraining, and I have done that parts of my life, and I'm open to that now. I have to watch that because I can get addicted to that too. And I want to be honest about this stuff. I love exercise, but I can do over things in my life, right? So it's to find that healthy balance. 5 days a week, if what works for you, 4 days, 3 days, 2-hour workouts. Like, it's up to you. Me, my goal is always 6 days, roughly 2 off. Sometimes 5 days a week, 2 off. Sometimes 5 days, 1 off, another day. Go with the flow and what works for your body. Only you know. Again, I may eventually do a podcast. I'm not sure. I've talked with a good friend of mine. We talk on the phone at least once a month. At the end of the month, we have a conversation and just talk about life. Like, he's my age, again, 29 years old, and we're very similar. So I'll share with you our friendship. We were acquaintances in high school, not even friends. I used to party a lot. I no longer party, and I have nothing against it. To me, I was not happy, and I was not who I wanted to be, you know. It was keeping me down and whatnot, and now all this energy I took towards partying and whatever, now it's like I'm so productive in school, my life, psychologically, physically, my friendships, my relationships. Anyways, so with my friend, we added each other on Snapchat years ago. We had each other, and I moved to the island from somewhere else, from Calgary, and he messaged me. It was like, hey man, like, because I used to upload a lot. He was like, I see you out there doing your thing, and I just want to say, like, I respect it. Like, it looks like you're having fun, and like, wow. And me, I told my friend, I have a 64-year-old friend in my life, a mentor, he's a counselor, and he helped change my life drastically. I wouldn't be here I am without that old man today. He's my best friend, and he's like, yeah, and he's in amazing shape for his age too, which is another thing, but it's, yeah. I'm sure I'll eventually talk about him in this channel. So slowly, me and my friend connected. I'd say reconnected, but we never really connected in the first place. And a little bit there, funny videos, workout videos, and then all of a sudden one day, one of us was just kind of like, we need a name for this, like this friendship we got going on, this bromance, and we call each other the Grind Bros. And I like it because it's like we grind. It's like we're like, and like mentally and physically, like we want the best for ourselves in life, and we encourage each other. We positively reinforce, encourage, support each other. And that's why I'm making this channel, because maybe this doesn't work, but maybe it does. Even if it's 20 people I affect, right? That's why I want to become a psychologist, is because I want to help other people, the people that want to help themselves, or the people that are in a dark spot, people that can't see the light, because I've been there. I want to help you guys. I want to connect with other people. If it's a 1-minute conversation, if it's you watching my videos, whatever it is. Even today, it's always been cringeworthy to me. I'm kind of nervous recording myself at the gym, working out, doing whatever. I did a couple today. There was like nobody in the gym, so I was like less self-conscious about it. But I'm kind of like, if I end up doing this as a part of this channel, because there's going to be different aspects to it, I'm not sure where it's going to go. Roughly, I have some ideas. I'm kind of nervous to do that. But I did it today, so I will eventually be uploading some videos of me like doing some workouts and see what you guys like, see what works. I, eventually might share my workouts completely. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if I can do that in the gym. Like, I know I could. I just got to get past that barrier of recording. I don't know if you guys know Sneeko. He talks about that the other day. He's like, when you're vlogging in daily life, he's just like, unless you're somebody successful, like when you first start vlogging and you have like 10 followers and you're out in public, he's like, you're just like an a-hole, right? Like you're an asshole. Oh yeah, I can swear on YouTube. Maybe I shouldn't swear on this. Nah, I'm swearing. Maybe not all the time, but it's going to come out sometime. He's just like, yeah, like how can you like justify that to yourself when you're vlogging in front of people and you're nobody? You kind of look like an asshole. But then when you have the followers and you're making the money and you're famous, it's like, okay, this guy's vlogging, or you don't care. So me, I guess it's eventually getting to the point I don't care. And I probably would eventually vlog in real life. By real life, I mean out in the physical world, outside my place. But we'll see, right? Even just making this, I feel good about it. Eventually, I say you guys, I hope people see this. I don't know if I'm going to have to keep making and go from there. But me and my friend, the one I'm talking about, we're talking about making a channel, or, well, this, I guess, would be, maybe we'll make one separate. I don't know if it'll be just me and go from there, but doing a podcast together and talking about more or less this, like being motivated, successful, wanting things out of life, because I used to be at a place in my life where, well, I didn't care. I didn't want anything. That's my laundry going off. So I'm probably going to stop this and come back and continue. Yeah, one of the things I wanted to talk about today is finding people that uplift you, right? I was just talking about that the other day with someone important in my life. And it's about finding people, to me, right? Again, to each their own. One thing I want to say again is everybody's got their own beliefs. So find what works for you, right? If what I say works for you, then good. If part of it works for you, then good. If you like 70% of it and don't like this part, leave that. And I always say that with people, right? And then at the end of the day, these are just my thoughts, right? I'm not necessarily giving advice because I'm learning as I am. Don't think I'm making this channel just because I know what I'm doing. I'm getting better. I'm learning. But practice, practice, practice. In this world, it's all about practice. How do you think somebody becomes a master at playing the piano or a football player or whatever? It's through practice, through discipline, and over repetition. Sometimes there are things we're just naturally better at, but sometimes it's practice. Like me, I've been going to the gym since I'm 12, 13, 14 years old, whatever. So because of that, whenever I have a friend or somebody I'm in a relationship with, or a friend of a friend, or my parents or mom or sister or brother, and they want to come to the gym with me, and some people are nervous, which I understand, because I'm nervous doing things. Like if I'm going golfing with somebody that's great at golfing and I'm not great at golfing, if I'm hard on myself, then I won't have as much fun. If I go into it with a playful, fun mentality, then I'm like, yeah, this person's way better than me. I have my moments, I hit some nice shots, and sometimes I slice it all the time. But yeah, so when people come to the gym with me, I'm like, no, we're going to have fun. Like, I'm going to be gentle. Like, I'm going to go to your pace. And if I go to people with the gym that, like, know what they're doing and everything, then that's freaking fun, too. But there's many different ways, right? Me, I love to teach. I love to share. So me, I love sharing fitness with people. I love it. It's so much fun to me. I love taking people to the gym for the first time or showing them things or whatever. But yeah, so again, back to finding people that uplift you. So to me, it's about hanging out with people, being with people that are, it's all about compatibility, right? And I talk about that a lot, and people in my life will make fun of me sometimes, but it's because to me, it's all about compatibility, right? How much of myself is compatible with this other person. So this can be friendships, romantic relationships, teachers, anything, right? So to me, it's like even with a friend, right? It's like if 80% of our personality is compatible, then we're going to be great friends. Meaning, like if I have a friend, like my one friend who's in Calgary, we both love fitness, we love exercise. He's motivated. He's like right now, he's doing this thing where he had an allotted time frame, and he was doing the equivalent of biking to Vancouver to Halifax. And it's like that's incredible to me, like the discipline, the mental and physical discipline that takes to do that. And he has a chart, and he logs everything, and he does that, and he keeps track of it. And you know what I love, though, is he did not get it done at the time he wanted, but he's still doing it. It's to reevaluate and give ourselves permission in life all the time to reevaluate things, right? Because there's a part of my mind that will be like, oh, I meant to do it in this time, I did it like this, oh, I didn't get it done. But it's like, no. Gently say in our minds, this was what I do anyway, give myself permission to reevaluate, right? Go with the flow, as opposed to get attached to that expectation of crap, I should have done it and I didn't do it, and then feel guilt. It's to avoid the guilt, right? We're all human, we're all learning. That's what this whole thing is, this whole world is. It's practice, we're learning. And so me in my life, I want to find people that are uplifting, positive, that encourage me, see the best in me, because not that long ago, and I'm still learning. I'm not quite there, but it's all practice. I did not believe myself at all, and there's still a part of myself I don't, right? But it's fake it till you make it, truly, pretend. Because when I was younger all the time, I remember thinking like, when I get older, am I just randomly going to know this stuff? Like adult things, learning to do things in the world, like directions, understanding maps, little things like that, right? Like confidence, really. And I just thought, when you get older, you randomly learn. But I was not taught a lot of these things growing up. So now it's about me learning now and finding the right people to learn now. And so my good friend, the counselor, mentor, best friend in my life, Dan, he's the best teacher I've ever had in my life, and I wouldn't be here without him. And he would say to me early on in our friendship, and he still says this to me, but slowly I'm getting there. He says, I see in you what you don't see in yourself, and good and bad, right? And I see some of those things in myself. I see the more of the bad in myself, and I'm getting better to see more of the positive. But he would say, while you don't believe in yourself right now, use my voice and believe that I believe in you, right? And so I've had moments in my life where, whether it's like social anxiety or doing something, like I go to Ultimate Frisbee now, I joined a group, we're going to play basketball down at the waterfront where I live, and I was so nervous to do it. Like, I'm not good enough, these thoughts come up, whatever. And I know deep down that's not true, but this is what comes up, right? So I forced myself, I just went and do it. I was like, fake it till you make it. Sign up for Ultimate Frisbee, go play basketball, just go down there, make your body show up, and just do it. And I did it, and guess what? It was fine. And there's a reading I read, it says, this fear we experience will always look like this big mountain, but once we're on the other side of it, once we go through it in a healthy way, it's actually this tiny little hill. Or it looks like this roaring lion, but it's actually this little mouse once we do it, right? And so I have like some social anxiety, and so when I go through these things and then I do them, and I fake it till you make it, and I pretend like I'm confident in a social setting, all of a sudden I am. And it's practice, practice, practice. And that's what I love learning that stuff. So to me, two of the most important people in my life are my friend Dan and his girlfriend. And they're amazing people. They are. They're very intellectual in a very nice way, in a friendly way, but they're not arrogant about it. See, I like intellects, but not arrogant intellects that brag about it, rub it in your face, put you down. I want people in my life, again, that uplift me, support me, care about me, encourage me, and challenge me in a gentle way, though, right? Because you can challenge somebody in a mean way, right? And so I have them for that. And then I have my friend as well, too. It's like we We have our Snapchat group called the Grind Bros, and we check in a couple days a week, sometimes a couple times a day, sometimes less. And we have our monthly phone calls, sometimes more. And we just encourage each other. And I like support him, and I tell him all these amazing things I see him doing, like how he understands himself psychologically, how he's so disciplined. He has once a month, and if you're watching this right now, I hope you're okay with me sharing this. Once a month, when he first told me this, I was shocked in the most amazing way. And I took some of that for myself. Is he says once a month he has a meeting with himself. He goes for lunch by himself, brings his folders, brings his stuff, plans out goals for the week, daily, years, and to me that is amazing because he does that for himself in the healthiest way. And so I admire that. So that's why me and him have become incredible friends, because so much of ourselves is compatible, right? I don't drink, I don't do drugs anymore, and I have no problem with people that do. It's just usually a lot of the time I don't want people in my life all those much, because I want to get shit done, and I have no problem with that. But it's like I'm past that part of my life, and I feel like even just saying that could turn a lot of people off from this channel. I hope it doesn't. And if it does turn you off, that's okay. I hope you continue watching. But if I'm not for you, that's okay. Because again, different folks for different strokes, right? We're all looking for different things. We're all into different things. But if you like health, physical health, mental health, psychological, if you like psychology, I do. Not everybody does. You want to understand yourself. You want to better yourself. Then this might be the channel for you. I think that's enough for today. I think I'm going to stop there. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this channel and enjoyed this vlog. Just me saying hi, letting you know about myself, talking a little bit. Again, I think next little bit I might be, I'm doing the 2 days a week vegan right now, so those days I'm going to vlog for sure. Maybe eventually I'll vlog out in person. I'm very nervous to do it with people around. I think I'm going to upload little tidbits of the gym, maybe like videos of myself. I'm not quite sure. I don't have a social media right now. I deleted that all about a year ago. I think I might start one again, but in a positive light, because social media drained me, and I was always comparing myself to all these bodybuilders and everything, and guys on steroids and guys that don't work and can work out 6 days a week, twice a day, and I didn't like it. It was toxic for me. I'm not saying this for everybody, and I was on my phone so much. So I think I might start again, but do it in a positive way again, like that guy Noel. I love the way he does it. If I can do something similar to that, use comedy, use humor, and spread awareness mentally, that's what I love. So thanks for tuning in. Life with Deek. I'm going to see you next time. Whoosh.